Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3.
Joe's son.
Oh,
And Joe's daughter-in-law was fighting for me.
nice.
So she was on the music.
Very nice.
So this is like Kyle and Mike used to do broadcasts in 2011 together. So it's like old school. Katie's fought for me back in 13, 14. So
Well, it was homecoming.
it's old school. It's really old school.
Yeah, it rained most of Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My days kind of run together now.
Yeah, I get that too. All of mine do.
How'd baseball go this weekend?
1-2. See, this is top 25 team.
Oh,
But this weekend, number 10 IUP is coming to town. Their season opener. IUP went to the World Series last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's starting lineups are brought to you by Augusta Aiken Orthopedic Specialists. Let's meet the starters for the Sand Sharks. A 5'2" sophomore guard from Hinesville, Georgia, wearing number 1, Tanaya Bowman. A 5'7" sophomore guard from Savannah, Georgia, wearing number 0, Janiyah Howard. A 5'10" junior forward from Chardon, Ohio, wearing number 4, Lydia Gartozzi. A 6'1" freshman center from Savannah, Georgia, number 35, Brianna Pelotti. And a 6' senior forward from Nottingham, England, wearing number 44, Shania Rose. The head coach for the Sand Sharks is Sharon Persip. The assistant coaches Brady Gogan, James Franklin, and Tori McCullough, and Jill Brunoni. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for your USC Aiken Pacers. She's a 5'4" sophomore guard. She hails from Raleigh, North Carolina. She wears number 12, meet Paris Webster. A 5'5" sophomore guard from Floyd, Virginia, wearing number 0, Destiny Harmon. A 6' freshman forward from Canton, Georgia, wearing number 22, Riley Simmons. A 6' sophomore forward from Kettering, Ohio, wearing number 5, Serena Becker. And a 6' junior forward from Beecher, Illinois. She wears number 4. She's Rhiannon Saller. The head coach of the Pacers, Mark Miller. The assistant coach is Brittany Guy.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Convocation Center on the campus of the University of South Carolina at Aiken for tonight's Peach Belt Conference matchup between the visiting University of South Carolina Beaufort Sand Sharks and your USC Aiken Pacers. I'm Reeves Altman saying thank you so much for tuning in, and we are literally just seconds away from tip-off. This is a rescheduled contest, not on the usual Saturday or Wednesday. From earlier in January, it was actually a snow day. Not used to saying that in South Carolina, but here we are underway between the Sand Sharks and the Pacers. Sand Sharks win the tip. With the head is number 35, Brianne Pelotti. She gives back off to number 0, Janiyah Hayward. Hayward passes off to number 1, Bowman. Bowman giving off to Gatozzi. Gatozzi finds Pelotti in the high post. Sand Sharks moving it around. Hayward with it on the left corner. She takes a 3 and makes a 3.
Basket to number 0, Janiyah Hayward.
Janiyah Hayward leads things off on the offensive side for the Sand Sharks. Ball in the hands of the Pacers. Now number 12, Paris Webster gets a screen for number 4, Zauer. Webster gets to the free throw line, passes out to number 22 for the Pacers. That is Riley Simmons. Simmons gives off to Baker. Baker's shot from the free throw line is going to be blocked by number 35 for the Sand Sharks, Pelotti. Now the Sand Sharks in transition. Gatozzi with it, a loose ball, going to be retained by Bowman for the Sand Sharks. She has it at the top, guarded by Harmon defensively. Bowman backing out almost to half court now. Going to take a screen from Pelotti, drive into the paint. Her jump shot on the way, in and out, rebounded down low by number 4, Rhiannon Zauer for the Pacers. Zauer quickly gives to Webster. Webster played by Bowman, passing off to Baker at the top. Baker thought about a 3, looking around now. Dribbles to her left, passes off to Simmons. Simmons back to Webster. Webster with it at the top, calling for off-the-ball movement here from the Pacers. Webster looking around, dribbling to her left now in the corner. Shot clock at 11. Webster thought about a 3, going to take a 3. Shot no good. Rebounded down low, going to be saved from going out of bounds by Hayward. Quickly getting it to Bowman, passing it up to Gatozzi. Gatozzi spinning around in the paint, gets a shot up through a double team. Shot no good, going to be rebounded by Harmon. Harmon quickly getting it up the court to Simmons. Simmons stops at the 3-point line, giving back to Harmon. Harmon looking around, dribbling right, passes back to Simmons. Simmons gets a screen from Zauer, driving in, gets to Webster on the left side. Now passing off to Baker. Baker driving in on a screen from Zauer. Baker takes it herself, deflected out of bounds by number 44, Rose. Ball will stay with the Pacers, shot clock at 11. Number 22, Simmons, the inbounder for the Pacers. Simmons inbounds to Webster. Webster looking around now. Fakes right, drives left, now comes back to the corner, finds Zauer at the paint. Shot clock at 3. Zauer fades away, and jump shot is good. Number 1, Tanaya Bowman brings it across half court. Looking around now, passing off to Hayward. Hayward takes a screen from Pelote, driving all the way on Harmon, fading away on Zauer, and her jump shot from the block is good. Janiah Hayward with all 5 points so far for the Sand Sharks as they lead 5-2. Webster gives to Baker. Baker looking around, trying to get the ball inside, now passes out to Zauer. Zauer thought about a shot, takes a shot off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebounded down low by number 44, Rose. Sand Sharks quickly getting it across half court as Bowman passes back to Rose, who will pass off to Hayward. Hayward gets it to Pelote at the paint. Her shot over Zauer, good for 2. Brianna Pelote with her first points of the contest. Webster with it now, takes a screen from Zauer, drives to the free throw line, pass to pick up her dribble, gets it down low to Zauer. Zauer turns, faces the basket, puts a dribble down, and the pass is going to be blocked by Pelote, deflected into the hands of Bowman. Bowman going to take it herself, count the basket and the foul. Paris Webster going to be called for the foul for the Pacers, number 12. That'll send Bowman to the free throw lines. As a timeout is going to be called by the Pacers. We'll bring you back for the Sand Sharks free throws right after this quick timeout. 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first period. Sand Sharks on top of the Pacers 9-2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. USCB on top of USCA by a score of 9-2. Coming out of the timeout, we'll head to the free throw line with number 1, Tanaya Bowman, looking to complete the and one. On the season from the free throw line, Bowman is shooting 66% from the line. Her free throw is good, and that makes the score now 10-2. Paris Webster brings it across half court for the Pacers. She gives to number 5, Baker. Baker gets it down low to Zauer. Zauer turns, shot on the way, rattles around, and is good for 2. Rian Zauer, 4 points so far for the Pacers. Bowman drives right, now comes back to her left, passing off to Hayward. Hayward passes to Katosi in the corner, looking around, giving back to Hayward. Hayward drives to the free throw line, picks up her dribble, trying to get it inside. Rose is going to be able to get it over the head of Baker as a foul is going to be called. Or excuse me, she stepped out of bounds in transition. Ball to the Pacers. Webster passes to Harmon on the left side. Harmon looking to get the ball down low. It's going to be out of bounds off the foot of Katosi. Shot clock at 21 for the Pacers. Simmons the inbounder now for the Pacers. looking around, trying to get the ball to Webster. Webster has to leave her feet to pull in the inbound pass, getting it down low to Zauer. Zauer turns to the paint, fades on the basket. Shot no good. Contact on the shot from Pelote will send Zauer to the free throw line.
Fouls on number 35, Brianna Pelote. That's her first of the team's
This season from the free throw line, Zauer shooting 65%. Substitution coming in for the Sand Sharks is number 23, J.D. Young, in substitution for Brianna Pelote. Zauer's first free throw is good. And her second is good, and Rian Zauer responsible for all 6 of the Pacers' early points. Your score now 10-6. Bowman with it, passes to Hayward on the left side. Hayward looking around, finds Young just in front of the three-point line. Young going to drive to the basket. Her shot no good. Rebounded on the backside by Rose. Rhodes passes to Hayward. Hayward drives in, and her shot from the paint is good. Webster passes to Baker. Baker looking around, finds Zauer down low. Zauer, a good give and go. Her shot no good. Zauer able to pull her own rebound, initially deflected and taken away by Bowman for the Sand Sharks. Sand Sharks running the court full speed. Shot from Gattosi with the up and under layup. Good for 2. Webster passes to Baker, who gives to Simmons. Simmons looking around, trying to get the ball inside. Now finds Destiny Harmon. Harmon passes over to Webster. Pacers moving the ball around. Webster fakes right, now drives left, gives back to Zauer. Zauer looking around, trying to get the ball inside to Baker. The ball is going to be deflected off the hands of Rose, and it'll go out of bounds. Ball stays with the Pacers, shot clock at 8. Foul is going to be called on that play for a push. Checking in now for the Sand Sharks is number 2, Brielle Bartlett. She comes in for number 4, Lydia Gattosi. Destiny Harmon now inbounding for the Pacers. Harmon inbounds to Zauer. Zauer looks around, fakes a handoff to Harmon, and gives it number 23, Sammy Bardenaro for the Pacers, a recent substitution. Harmon tries a 3, her shot no good. Ball fought for down low. No signal in, and it'll go to the Sand Sharks. After the recess stoppage in play, Sammy Bardenaro, number 23, checks in for number 5, Serena Baker. Ball in the hands of number 1, Bowman. Bowman picked up by Harmon, gets a screen from Young. In the hands of Hayward. Bartlett thought about a 3 from the corner. Now Hayward picks up her dribble at the free throw line, gives back to Bartlett. Bartlett in the corner, played there by number 13, Jaya Nelson for the Pacers. Her shot no good, but rebounded by Zauer down low as a foul will be called.
Foul was on number 23 of the Sand Sharks, J.D. Young.
Number 23, J.D. Young picks up the foul. That's her first. Sub coming in for the Pacers. Number 20, Gracie Huffer checks in for number 4, Rhiannon Zauer. And for the Sand Sharks, number 24, Area Garrett checks in substitution of Young. Jaya Nelson gives to Bardenaro. Nelson drives to the baseline, now drives back to her left. Looking around still, passing to Harmon in the corner, giving back to Nelson. Nelson gets a screen from Hufford, passing to Bardenaro. Bardenaro looking around, gets a screen from Hufford, driving left, steps back to the three-point line. Bardenaro going to try and take it herself, but it's stolen by Bartlett. Now Bartlett running in transition, passing out to the corner. Bowman open, driving in on Harmon, passes back out to Rose, who will find Bartlett, who gives it back to Hayward. Hayward's corner 3 on the way, no good, rebounded by Nelson. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, that was number 2, Kendall Parker. As Parker drives in, fades away, puts a shot up, counted and one. In substitutions coming in for the Pacers, number 2, Paris Webster, and number 5, Serena Baker back on the floor for Hufford and Harmon. Substituting in for the Sand Sharks is Kamar Griffin. Kendall Parker now at the line for the Pacers to attempt to complete the three-point play. This season, Parker shooting 73% from the line. Parker shot no good, rebounded down low by number 24 for the Sand Sharks, Garrett. Briefly, the ball was deflected, but now in the hands of the Sand Sharks. Griffin with it at the top. Looking around, gives to number 4, Gattosi. Gattosi driving in on Hufford. As a foul is called on number 20, Hufford, for the Pacers.
That's our first, the team's second.
Sand Sharks set to inbound on the baseline. Number 2, Bartle, the inbounder. Gattosi passes off to Rose. Rose drives in. Her shot rattles around the rim but drops for 2. 8-point lead here for the Sand Sharks, 16-8. Webster has it at the top, has a step on Griffin, takes it to the basket herself for 2. Griffin passes off to Bartol. Garrett has it at the high post often, passing back to Bartol. Gives it to Gattosi at the top. Drives on Bardonaro, takes it to the basket herself. Shot no good and rebounded by number 23, Bardonaro for the Pacers. Webster now with it. Gets a screen from Hufford. Drives in just past the three-point line. Hufford passes down low to Baker. Baker's shot no good and rebounded by Rose. Rose quickly gets it up now to Griffin. Griffin passes off to Gattosi. Gattosi drives in on Parker, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Number 4, Gattosi going to pick up a foul there. The team's 5th here in the first period. 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining. 16-10, USCB on top of USCA. Number 23, Bardonaro, inbounds to Webster. Webster finds Baker. Baker, no hesitation. Jump shot is good. Griffin dribbling to her right, passes off to Bartol, gives up to Rose at the top. And an offensive foul called, a moving screen against the Sand Sharks. Fouls on number 24, Area Garrett. That's her first. Number 12, Webster with it now for the Pacers. Webster gives to Baker. Looking around. Driving on Rose, picks up her dribble. Her shot on the way, no good. But a foul will be called as she goes to the line for 2. Number 44, Shania Rose will pick up her second foul. Number 23, J.D. Young subbing in now for the Sand Sharks. Sending to the line, number 5, Serena Baker. This season for the Pacers from the line. Baker is shooting 68%. We have a quick discussion here. Baker's first free throw is good. Second on the way is good as well. 16-14 now your score. Coming back on the floor for the Sand Sharks now is number 1, Bowman. Bowman sums in for number 12, Griffin. 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining as Bowman brings it across half court, picked up by Bardonaro on defense. Looking around, she finds Gattosi at the top. Gattosi gets a screen from Young, driving in on Harmon, takes it herself to the basket and is good for 2. Webster with it at the top, calling for a screen from Baker, passing off to Bardonaro on the right side. Bardonaro finds Zauer, trying to get it down low to Baker. Her shot, no good from the block, goes up again and is fouled as she'll go back to the line for 2. Number 23, J.D. Young, picks up her second foul. Sending it back to the line, number 5, Serena Baker for the Pacers. Baker's first is good. Her second good as well. 2 for 2 trip to the line for Baker. Makes your score 18-16. 30 seconds remaining. Shot clock at 26 now for the Sand Sharks. Bowman dribbles to her left now. Harmon playing very far defensively. Only a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Bowman gets a screen from Rose, drives to the free throw line. Passing back out to Young, trying to get it down low to a lot went on in that situation. Sand Sharks tried to get the ball down low. Might be checking a potential backcourt here as the Pacers had the ball trying to push it in transition, but it was intercepted by Bertol. And now the officials are going to have a quick discussion. We'll see if that's the end of the quarter or not. It appears both teams have returned to their sidelines. As the officials are going to take a quick look at this to see if the ball was intercepted for a potential backcourt violation. So after the official review, they're going to determine that 1.5 seconds remain on the clock. Ball's in the hands of the Sand Sharks, it appears. So I'm not really sure what the call was. We'll see if we can get it at the end of the first quarter. So Bartol's the inbounder now for the Sand Sharks. 1.5 seconds remain as she looks around. Going to be a lob to the paint for Gattosi, and the shot is no good. Going to be deflected by Zauer, and that's how the quarter ends. After one period, USCB on top of USCA 18-16. We'll take a quick break and bring you back for the start of the second period right here from the Convocation Center. Welcome back to the start of the second period here from the Convocation Center. USCB on top of USCA 18-16. Pacers will start the second period with possession as Simmons inbounds to Webster. Webster looking around, trying to pass off to Harmon as she does. Harmon gives back to Webster. Webster passes to Simmons in the corner. Ball deflected in the air down in the paint, but falls into the hands of Rianne Zauer, and she goes up for two. Game all tied up now at 18. Sand Sharks start their first possession of the second period. Bowman with it at the top, looking around. Passes to Hayward. Baker playing off defensively. Hayward takes a shot, no good. Rebounded down low by Simmons for the Pacers. Webster passes to Zauer, quickly getting it over to Harmon. Harmon looking around, finding Simmons. This is a foul called off the ball. See the call is. Janiah Hayward going to pick up the call for the Sand Sharks. Ball be inbounded by the Pacers on the baseline. And subbing in now for the Sand Sharks is number 11, Bostic. Webster finds Simmons. Simmons thought about a three. Almost left her feet, but was able to retain the pivot foot. Webster gives back to Simmons now. Shot clock down to 9. Simmons finds Zauer down low. Zauer turns, fades away. Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Baker down low. She beat a triple team, and Zauer wide open in the paint for two. Good find there from Baker, finding Zauer getting free from her defender in the paint for two. Gives the Pacers their first lead of the contest here, 20-18. Bowman at the top, passing over to Bostic. Bostic's three, no good, and is going to be called dead after it deflects off of the shot clock. Ball back now in the hands of the Pacers. Simmons will inbound to Webster, and she'll bring it across half court. Webster drives into the paint. Ball's being deflected. A lot of bodies on the ground in the hands now of Harmon. Harmon looking around, thought about a three, passing down low to Zauer. Zauer backing down on number 35, Pelote. Her shot no good and rebounded by Bowman. Bowman running down the court full speed. Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Gattosi. And be deflected out of bounds. Ball stays with the Sand Sharks. Bostic inbounds to Pelote, giving to Bowman. Bowman. There's a moving screen is going to be called against the Sand Sharks. Ball back to the Pacers.
The foul was on number 35, Rihanna Pelote. That's her second, the team's second.
Number 35, Pelote will pick up the foul. That's her second and the team's second here in the period. Webster now with it. Webster passes to Simmons. Ball going to be deflected by Bowman. Bowman able to take it all the way. Her shot no good. Good defense from Simmons. Be rebounded by Zauer for the Pacers. Baker has the ball down low. Her shot no good. Good defense from Pelote down low as a foul will be called against the Pacers. Ball in the hands of the Sand Sharks. That'll go against Zauer for a push. Number 20, Gracie Huffer checks in for Zauer. Gattosi inbounds to Bowman. Hands off to Bostic, back to Bowman. Gattosi sets a screen. Bowman drives into the paint, picks up her dribble, passing back out to Gattosi. Her three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded by Pelote down low. Her shot no good, might have been deflected in the hands of Gattosi again, and it is going to be rebounded by Baker. As time is called, I believe the ball just was deflected out of Baker's hands. Subbing in for the Pacers now to number 23, Bardonaro, and number 2, Kendall Parker for Harmon and Simmons. Webster gives to Parker. Parker right back to Webster. Webster finds Bardonaro in the corner. Her three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded down low by Baker. She gets her hands on it, goes up. And a foul will be called, sending Baker to the line for two. Number 1, Bowman will pick up the foul. That's her first. Number 5, Baker back at the line for the Pacers. Baker's first is no good. Her second is good. Gives the Pacers a 3-point lead, 21-18. Bowman calls a play from the top. Drives in on Webster. Gets a screen from Gatosi. Now in the left corner, passing back. Thought about a three. Gatosi now drives in, passing back out to Bostic. Bostic's three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded by Baker for the Pacers. Baker gives to Parker. Parker looking around, finding Bardenaro. Bardenaro thought about a three. Now getting it down low to Hufford. Hufford looking around, finds Baker cutting to the basket, and her shot is good for two. Timeout called by the Sand Sharks with 6 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second period. USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort 23-18. We'll take a quick break and bring you back after the full media timeout from the Convocation Center. Welcome back after the Sand Sharks timeout. They will bring the ball up the court down 23-18 with 6 minutes and 18 seconds remaining until halftime. Number 44, Rose, checks back into the Sand Sharks lineup. Bowman drives to the left corner, passing up to number 4, Gatosi. Gatosi gets a screen from Rose, drives to the free throw line, has a step, takes it to the basket herself. Shot no good, rebounded by Hufford. Webster passes to Bardenaro. Bardenaro wide open on the right side. Her three good. Bowman with it, passes off to Bertol, who gives to Rose. Rose looking around, finds Bertol in the corner, drives to the baseline, finding Pelote down low, and her shot no good, but there is contact sending her to the line for two. Subbing in for the Sand Sharks now is number 0, Hayward. Subbing in for Gatosi. And subbing in for the Pacers is Simmons and Zauer for Hufford and Baker. Pelote at the line now for the Sand Sharks. This season she is shooting 60% from the line. Free throw's no good. Ball in the hands of Parker. Giving back to Webster. Webster finds Parker on the right side, getting it down low to Simmons. She tried to find Zauer, and the shot no good. The shot no good. The ball was just out of the reach of Zauer down in the paint as it'll go out of bounds. Back now in the hands of the Sand Sharks. Rose inbounds to Bowman. Bowman drives left, now finds Hayward at the top. Hayward gets a screen from Rose. As the pass is deflected, finds the hands of number 22, Simmons. Webster getting it up to Bardenaro. Now finds Zauer down low, finding Simmons at the top. Her three no good. Rebound fought for and pulled by Hayward. Passing out to Bertol. Bertol thought about a three, picks up a dribble, finding Rose on the left side. Now passing to Bowman, has a step on the baseline. And he'll head to the free throw line for two.
Foul is on the Pacers
Kendall Parker picks up a foul. That's her first.
Second this quarter. Visiting the charity service number 1. Tonight, Bowman.
Bowman heading to the free throw line.
Checking the lineup is number 4, Lydia Gartosi.
Lydia Gartosi, number 4, checks back into the Sand Shark lineup. Bowman's first free throw is good. Her second, no good. Rebounded down low by Simmons for the Pacers. Webster takes it herself. Her shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Gattosi for the Sand Sharks. She'll bring it across half court, giving off to Bowman. Bowman dribbles left, passes to Hayward. Hayward drives in on Webster, finds Rose in the corner. Her three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound briefly pulled by Simmons, but in the hands of Pelote. Back in the hands now of the Sand Sharks. Rose with it up top. Passes to Bowman. Bowman drives in on Webster, gets to the block. Going to be called for a travel. Pacer basketball. Bardonaro inbounds to Webster. Webster passes to Simmons. Simmons thought about a three, now finding Parker in the corner. Parker steps back, passes back to Simmons. Finds Zauer at the free throw line. Zauer driving in on Pelote. Trying to get it to Bardonaro. Finds Simmons down low. Her shot no good. This ball still being fought for now on the ground. It'll be a jump ball.
The held basketball belongs to the Sand Sharks.
As the jump ball will go to USCB. Rose the inbounder now. So we have a stoppage in play here to get the wet spot off the floor after the last jump ball. Bowman now with it. Passing it to Gattosi. Gattosi looking to get it down low. She finds Pelote. The ball will be deflected and taken by Parker for the Pacers. Parker bringing it across to the free throw line. Stops. Her shot on the way. Good for two. Bowman drives left. Now passing back to Hayward at the top. Hayward takes a screen from Rose in. Now passes Gattosi passing to Pelote. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Webster. Webster drives in just in front of the free throw line. Passes out to Parker. No hesitation. Three. Good. Bowman trying to get it down low, now finds Gattosi at the top. She drives on Bardonaro, gets to the block. Her shot no good, rebounded by Zauer. Zauer quickly moves, gets the ball to Webster. Webster crosses half court, finds Zauer. Zauer looking around. Trying to find an outlet, now gives to Simmons, who gives it back to Webster at the top. Shot clock at 18 for the Pacers. Webster dribbles right and looks around, still finding Bardonaro. Bardonaro down low to Zauer. Zauer pivots, turns, shot no good, rebounded by Simmons down low. Simmons turns on the basket. Her shot no good, rebounded by Pelote for the Sand Sharks. Now Bowman with it. Bowman driving on Bardonaro. Takes a step back, calls a play from the top, now hands off to Gattosi. Gattosi with it. Passing over to Hayward. Hayward takes a step in from the three-point line. Her shot no good. Follows the shot, gets her own rebound. Now in the hands of Pelote. Her shot no good. The ball will go to the Pacers.
Coming in quarter number 2, Will Barlow. Number 20 for the Pacers, Jason Albert. Number 5, Serena Baker. Number 11, Sherry Boston.
Number 2, Bartol on the floor, back for the Sand Sharks, along with number 20, Gracie Hufford for the Pacers, number 0, Destiny Harmon, and number 5, Serena Baker. Bardonaro inbounds to Webster now. 1 minute and 55 seconds remaining until halftime. Harmon with it on the right side, finds Baker. Contact before the pass, and a foul will be called. Tanaya Bowman, number 1, picks up the foul. And subbing in for the Sand Sharks is Kimar Griffin. Serena Baker now at the free throw line. She'll be shooting 2. As her first is good. Her second on the way is good. A 2-for-2 trip for Baker extends the Pacers' lead now 32-19. Griffin with it. Passes over to Bartol. She drives in on Bardonaro, gets to the free throw line. As a foul is called on the pass.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 23, Sammy Bardonaro.
Bardonaro is going to be called for the foul.
Kendall Parker checks
Number 2, Kendall Parker, subbing in now for Bardonaro for the Pacers. Bostic with it, passes to Bertol. Takes a 3, her shot no good. Rebound pulled by Webster, briefly fought for by Pelody and Baker. Webster driving in, going to take it herself to the basket for 2. Sand Sharks moving the ball up half court with tempo. Cross court pass to Bostic. As they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. Pacer basketball. Harmon inbounds to Webster. 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining until halftime. Webster passes to Harmon. Harmon looking around now. Dribbles to her left. Picks up her dribble. Finds Baker at the free throw line. Baker looking around now. Trying to get it down low. Baker will fall down and then be called for a travel. Number 23, Young, inbounds to Griffin. Griffin passes out to Bertoli, now back to Young. Young with it at the top, looking around. Bertoli gives Bertoli a screen, driving on Harmon. Her jump shot off the screen, no good. Rebounded by Parker for the Pacers. Parker brings it across half court herself. Drives to the paint, drives on Young. Her shot no good, rebounded by Pelody down low. 22 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off now for the Sand Sharks. Sand Sharks appear to be holding for the final shot here. Toll drives in, picks up her dribble, finds Pelody. Her shot from the block is good, and the Pacers are just going to let the clock run out, and that'll take us to halftime here for the Convocation Center. USCA on top of USCB, 34-21. We will take a quick 15-minute break and bring you back for the start of the third period right here from the Convocation Center. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Convocation Center for the start of the third period. USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort, 35-21. And the Sand Sharks will start with possession here to kick things off in the third period. All starters back on the floor for the Pacers and Sand Sharks. Bowman with it at the top, picks up her dribble and passes over to number 44, Rose. Rose gives back to Bowman. Bowman dribbling right, hands off to Gatosi. Gatosi gives to Hayward. Hayward driving in on Harmon. Stops, her shot no good, rebounded by Rose under the basket. Her shot no good, deflected by Zauer right into the hands of Hayward, and she goes up for two. Hayward, Bowman, Gatosi, Pelote, and Rose on the floor for the Sand Sharks, with Harmon, Zauer, Baker, Webster, and Simmons on the floor for the Pacers. Harmon with it, gives to Baker, now finding Simmons. Simmons passes to Webster. Webster looking around the left corner, finds Harmon in the left corner. Harmon finding Zauer down low. Zauer turns, finds Simmons. Three-pointer on the way. Good for the Pacers and Simmons. Bowman now with it, gives to Gatosi at the top. Takes a screen from Rose, drives to the paint, finds Pelote now. Now gives back to Bowman in the corner. Her three-pointer on the way, no good, but a foul is called. Will send Bowman to the line for three.
Fouls on number 4 of the Pacers, Rhiannon Zauer.
Rhiannon Zauer, number 4, will pick up the foul. Will send Bowman to the free throw line. The second free throw, no good. And her third free throw is good. 38-25 now your score. The Sand Sharks come out in a full court press here as the ball is deflected. Harmon trying to get it across half court, deflected by Hayward. Gatosi gives to Hayward. Harmon fighting for the ball now. Pass around to Rose. Almost stolen by Webster. In the hands of Gatosi. She gets to the free throw line. Passes off to Bowman. Bowman drives the baseline. Turns on Simmons. Able to hold on. And a foul will be called on Baker for the Pacers. Trying to grab the ball. Sand Sharks will take it on the baseline. Hayward the inbounder. Hayward inbounds to Bowman, giving right back to Hayward. Hayward passes out to Rose, thought about a three, now drives in on Baker to the free throw line. Her shot off the glass, good for two. Webster gives to Harmon, finding Baker. Will pass to Zauer, gives back to Harmon. Harmon thought about a three, passes to Webster at the top, finding Simmons on the left side. Simmons almost intercepted by Bowman, now in the hands of Webster. Webster, her shot from the free throw line, no good. Deflected out of bounds, and it'll go to the Sand Sharks. Bowman now with it, gives off to Gatosi, passing to Rose. Rose looking around, finds Gatosi on the right side. Harmon right on her, driving in, picks up her dribble, finds Pelote spinning on Zauer. Her shot counted and one. Foul on Zauer. That's her third foul. The sub coming in now for the Pacers. That's number 2. Kendall Parker subbing in for Zauer. Pelote at the line to attempt the three-point play. Her free throw on the way is good. 38-30 now your score. Sand Sharks now in full court pressure again. Parker almost traveled, but the ball was deflected. Webster finds Simmons. Simmons thought about a three, takes a step in, passes back to Webster. Webster calling to slow the tempo from the Pacers. Parker with it, looking around, gives to Simmons at the free throw line. Simmons trying to get it down low to Baker, but it's going to be intercepted and deflected by Gattosi, who finds Bowman in the corner. Now Bowman passes to Rose at the top, finding Gattosi in the corner again. Thought about a three. Pelote wide open in the paint. Was not able to hold on to the ball, and it's in the hands now of Harmon and the Pacers. Harmon gets it to half court, passing over to Webster. Webster looking around now. Takes the screen from Simmons, now passes out to Simmons. Simmons thought about a three, going to take a three, going to make a three.
Riley Simmons.
Bowman now with it at the top. Gattosi takes the pass off a screen from Pelote. Finding Hayward at the top. Hayward drives in on Parker, now gets a step on Simmons, trying to get it to Pelote. Ball being fought for down low, right into the hands of Hayward as she goes up for two. Webster passes to Harmon, who gives right back to Webster. Now again the hands of Parker. Parker finding Harmon again. Harmon, no hesitation. Three is good. Bowman brings it across half court. Passing to Hayward at the top. Hayward gets a screen from Rose, drives in on Simmons, fading away, shot no good. Rebound pulled on the backside briefly by Rose, but it's in the hands of Harmon. Now Pacers trying to push the ball up the floor just out of the reach of Parker. The ball will go back to the Sand Sharks. Rio Bartol checking into the lineup, along with number two Bartol checks in, along with number 12 Kamar Griffin. Also checking in is Area Garrett. 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in period number 3. Your score 44-32, USCA on top of USCB. Griffin hands off to Bartolo, gives to Hayward, who passes in to Garrett. Garrett hands back to Bartolo at the free throw line. Her jump shot on the way, good for two. Webster crosses half court with it for the Pacers. Passing to Parker. Parker looking around, gives to Simmons. Simmons thought about a three, finds Baker in the paint. She turns, her shot on the way, no good. Good defense there from Garrett as she passes up to Bartol. Bartol going to take it herself for a 3-on-1. Her shot no good. Rebounded on the backside there by number 24, Garrett, as a foul will be called. Baker going to be called for the foul as a full timeout has been called before the trip to the free throw line. So we'll take a quick break and step aside. 4 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the third period. 44-34, USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort. Welcome back after the media timeout. At the line for the Sand Sharks, number 24, Area Garrett. Garrett's first free throw is good. From the line this season, Garrett shooting 60%. Her second free throw on the way is good. 44-36, now your score. Sand Sharks come out in a full court man here. Webster and Harmon bringing up the court for the Pacers. Bartol immediately picks up Webster across half court. Simmons with it at the free throw line, gives to Harmon. Harmon looking around, finding Webster. Webster hands off to Harmon. Harmon looking around, gives to Webster again, finding Simmons at the free throw line. Baker wide open under the basket for two. Good ball movement by the Pacers, finding a wide open shot. Now Griffin with it, looking around. Finds Rose at the free throw line, who gives to Hayward. Hayward has a step on Webster. Her shot no good from the block. Hayward pulls her own rebound, goes up strong and good for two. Webster hands off to Harmon. Giving to Webster. Parker open in the corner. Her three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebounded on the backside by number 12, Griffin for the Sand Sharks. Griffin driving in, picked up by Harmon. Now passes back to Bartol. Bartol has a wide open lane. She picks up her dribble. Shot on the way. No good, but a foul is called, sending Bartol to the line. Destiny Harmon picking up the foul. Bartol at the line this season, shooting 78% for the Sand Sharks. Number 35, Pelote back in the lineup for USC Beaufort, and for USC Aiken, Sammy Bardonaro checks in. Also checking in for USC Beaufort is number 4, Gattosi.
At the line shooting 2, Gabriel Bartoli.
Bartol's first shot is no good. Bartol's second on the way is good. 1 for 2 trip. Bardonaro inbounds to Parker, giving back to Bardonaro, passing back to Parker, who gives it again to Bardonaro. Right at half court, brings it across, and giving back to Parker. Parker with Griffin right on her, looking around, passing to Simmons. Simmons thought about a three. Griffin stays with her. Bardonaro opening the corner. Her three-pointer on the way, no good, and rebounded down low for the Sand Sharks by number 12, Griffin. Good job by Griffin to get inside position on the Pacers' post players. As Bartol passes to Rose, who finds Gattosi in the corner. Gattosi thought about a three, now driving in on Simmons. Gets to the paint, picks up her dribble, and a travel will be called prior to the shot. Pacer basketball. Bardonaro now inbounds to Parker. Parker dribbles right, passing back to Simmons. Simmons getting it down low to Baker. Baker turns, her shot on the basket, good for two. Griffin hands off to Bartol. Bartol played by Harmon. Gets a screen from Pilati. Her jump shot no good, rebounded by Harmon. Harmon drives into the paint, passes back to Parker, passing to Simmons. Simmons three-pointer on the way, no good, and rebounded by Bartol. Bartol, the ball intercepted by Bardonaro. She takes it to the paint and goes up strong for two. Griffin now with it, hands off to Gattosi. Gattosi looking around, trying to get it inside to Bartol. Pass wasn't there. Now finding Rose. Rose drives in on Parker. Her shot no good, but a foul will be called, sending Rose to the line for two.
Kendall Parker, that's her second. Coming in as number 1 for the Sand Sharks, Tanaya Bowman.
Number 1, Tanaya Bowman back in the lineup for the Sand Sharks for number 12, Kamar Griffin. Sending to the line, number 44, Shania Rose. And number 0, Jemiah Hayward back in the lineup for number 2, Bartol.
charity stripe for 2.
Rose's first free throw is good. Makes it a 10-point game, 50-40 now your score. Just under 2 minutes left in the third period. Their second on the way is good, a 2-for-2 trip. 50-41. Bardonaro inbounds to Parker now, bringing it up the floor for the Pacers. Immediately met by a double team. Parker's able to get it back to Bardonaro, who gives back to Parker. Parker dribbling out of a double team again. Gattosi right on her defensively. Simmons with it at the free throw line. Her jump shot on the way, no good, and rebounded down low by number 0, Hayward. Hayward brings it across half court herself, passing off to Gattosi. Gattosi stops at the free throw line. Her jump shot rattles around, unable to fall, rebounded by Simmons down low. Simmons quickly gives to Parker. Parker passing to Harmon. Harmon going to take a 3. Her shot no good. And a foul is called off the ball on the floor. We'll see who it's against.
Foul was on number 44, Chanel.
Number 44, Rose, will pick up the foul.
It's the team's first this quarter.
Pacers will keep the ball and take it out on the baseline. Harmon, the inbounder. She passes into Baker. Harmon thought about a 3. Gattosi on her. Passing to Bardonaro. Bardonaro in the right corner. Hayward on her. Bardonaro picks up her dribble, now gives to Simmons, who will fake a handoff to Parker. Step back, three-pointer on the way. Good. 53 seconds remaining now. Bowman with it for the Sand Sharks. Bowman passes to Hayward. Hayward dribbling right. Drives on Harmon, fakes left, comes back right. Looking for an outlet pass, finds Gattosi. Gattosi thought about a 3, drives in on Bardonaro. Now passes back to Rose. Rose trying to get it across the paint to Pelotti. Pelotti takes a shot from the paint, no good. Rebounded by Pelotti, and Simmons will be a held basketball.
The held basketball belongs to the Pacers.
And the ball will go to the Pacers. 29.8 seconds remaining in the third period. Shot clock is off. Substitution coming in for Baker, number 20, Gracie Hufford.
Number 24 for the Sand Sharks. Arian Garrett is on the floor.
Bardonaro inbounds to Parker. Shot clock is off. Parker met at half court by Bowman. Parker gives to Simmons. Simmons looking around, calling for off-the-ball movement. Now passes to Hufford. Hufford has a step on Garrett. Her shot good from the paint. 9 seconds remaining. Bowman with possession. Dribbling left, drives in on Harmon. Her shot no good. A foul is called. She'll go to the line for 2.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 20, Gracie Hufford.
Gracie Hufford picks up the foul. That's her second. 2.1 seconds remaining, 55-41. USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort. Sending number 1, Tanaya Bowman, to the free throw line. Bowman's first free throw is good. Bowman's second is good. 2-for-2 trip, 55-43 your score. Bardonaro inbounds to Parker, passing back to Bardonaro. Not going to attempt a half-court shot at the end of the quarter, and that'll bring us to a close after 3, 55-43. USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort. We will take a quick break and bring you back for the start of the fourth period. Welcome back to the Convocation Center. 55-43, USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort. The Sand Sharks will start with possession in the fourth quarter as Rose inbounds to Bowman, and we are underway. Bowman hands off to Katosi, now passing to Hayward, who gets it to Pelote. Pelote looking for a handoff, now dribbles out, finding Bowman. Bowman's jump shot from just outside the free throw line, no good. Rebounded down low by Zauer for the Pacers. Zauer quickly gives to Webster. Webster looking to push the tempo, almost out of the reach of Baker. She passes to Harmon, but steps out of bounds prior to letting the ball go, and it'll be a turnover for the Pacers. Ball back to the Sand Sharks. Rose inbounds to Bowman. Hands off to Katosi. Katosi looking around, passes to Hayward. Hayward is going to be called for a double dribble. Pacer basketball. Webster hands off to Harmon, takes a screen from Zauer, passing to Bardonaro. Bardonaro gives to Baker, takes another screen from Zauer. Ball fought for on the floor between Bowman and Baker. The held ball will stay with the Pacers. Pacers will take it out on the sideline. Bardonaro going to be the inbounder. As Bardonaro's pass inbound is going to be stolen by Rose. Rose is going to take it herself to the basket and is good for two. Webster fakes right, then drives left to the free throw line, passes out to Harmon. Harmon tries to get it inside to Zauer, but it's going to be deflected by Pelote. Now in the hands of Bowman. Bowman takes it herself to the basket. Her shot no good and rebounded by Zauer for the Pacers. She quickly gets it out to Harmon. Harmon on a 2-on-2 break. Picks up her dribble, passing back out to Webster. Webster passes to Bardonaro. Bardonaro looking to get it down low to Zauer. Zauer almost loses the basketball, but is able to hold on. Passes back to Bardonaro, gets a screen, and a foul is going to be called on the floor.
Foul is on number 0, Janiah Hayward.
Janiah Hayward, number 0, picks up a foul. Shot clock at 8 for the Pacers as they'll take it out on the baseline. Bardonaro, the inbounder. It's Hayward a little shaken up, walking back to the court, to the sideline. Brielle Bartol, number 2, is now in the game for the Sand Sharks. Shot clock reset to 20 now for the Pacers. There's Bardonaro, the inbounder. Bardonaro looking around. Couldn't find anybody. Now inbounds to Zauer. Zauer looking around. Drives on Perlotti, turns, fades away. Shot blocked by Perlotti in the hands of Bertol now. Bertol pushing the tempo, finds Gutozzi driving in. Passing back to Bertol. She has a step on Bardonaro. Her jump shot on the way, good for 2. 55-47 your score with 8 minutes to play in the game. Webster finds Bardonaro. Bardonaro looking to get it inside, gets a screen from Zauer, steps back, thought about a 3, trying to get it inside to Zauer. Bardonaro has it. It's going to be a held basketball. Will go to the Sand Sharks.
Held basketball belongs to the Sand Sharks. Checking the Pacer lineup is number 2, Kendall Parker.
Kendall Parker checks into the lineup for the Pacers for Destiny Harmon. It'll be Sand Shark basketball. Rose inbounding now to Bowman. Bowman played by Webster. Passes over to Bertol. Bardonaro with her. Bertol gets the ball inside to Perlotti. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Baker. Webster now with it, getting it to Zauer. Just out of the reach of Zauer, out of bounds, going back to the Sand Sharks as the substitution coming in for the Pacers. Number 22, Simmons, for 23, Bardonaro. 7 minutes and 26 seconds now remaining. As Rose inbounds to Bowman. Rose with it at the free throw line, looking around. Hands off to Bertol. No hesitation. Jump shot on the way. No good. Rebounded by Zauer for the Pacers. Zauer gives off to Webster. Webster almost lost the ball with Bowman right on her. Simmons going to take it herself to the paint. Her shot on the way. No good. Rebound fought for down low. Now in the hands of Baker. Baker passes back out to Webster. Shot clock at 8 for the Pacers. Webster gets a screen from Zauer to the free throw line. Passes back to Webster, or excuse me, right back to Zauer. Wide open in the paint for 2. Bowman passes to Gattosi. Gattosi with Parker on her, gets a screen from Pelote. Thought about a 3, now passing out to Rose. Rose cross-court pass to Bartol. Bartol's 3 on the way, no good. Long rebound pulled down by Bowman as a foul is going to be called on Baker.
The foul is on the Pacers, number 5, Serena Baker, third. That's the team's first. Checking the lineup is number 12, Cameron Griffin.
Cameron Griffin, number 12, back in the lineup now for the Sand Sharks. Number 1, Bowman will head to the sideline. Gattosi, the inbounder now for the Sand Sharks. Shot clock at 20. Her pass to Bartol. She has a step on Parker heading to the basket. Her shot no good. A hard foul as she is able to get up under her own power. Definitely glad to see that. Kendall Parker will pick up the foul. That's her 3rd. Sending Bartol to the free throw line.
Visiting the charity stripe is number 2, Gail Bartol.
Bartol's first free throw, no good. Her second on the way, good. 57-48 now your score. 6 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. Simmons inbounds to Parker. Full court defense here from the Sand Sharks. Ball is deflected but finds the hands of Baker as Baker in transition takes too many steps and will be called for a travel. Rose inbounds now to Griffin. Griffin passes over to Gattosi, gets Pelote down low. Her shot no good. Good defense from Zauer as she pulls the rebound and passes back to Webster. Webster finds Parker in the corner. Parker drives in. Her shot good. The floater good off the backboard. Gives the Pacers now an 11-point lead. Griffin on a give and go with Bartol. Looking around now finds Gattosi at the top. Passes back to Rose in the corner. Rose fakes left, drives right, has a step on Baker, passes out to Bartol in the corner. Thought about a 3, steps back, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded down low briefly by Perotti, but then deflected. Now in the hands of the Pacers. As Zauer takes the pass, makes a step to the basket, took 1 too many steps, and will be called for a travel.
Back on the court for the Sand Sharks, number 0, Janiah Hayward.
Janiah Hayward checking in for the Sand Sharks, and number 1, Tanaya Bowman back on the floor. Also in for the Pacers is number 23, Sammy Bardenaro. Subbing in for Parker. Bowman brings it up the floor. Passing off to Hayward. Hayward fakes a pass, passes over to Bartol at the top. Bartol passes to Griffin. Griffin looking around, gives back to Bowman. Bowman. Ball deflected off a foot, but we play on in the hands of Griffin. Griffin wide open jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Simmons for the Pacers. Webster passes to Simmons in the corner. Simmons looking around, finds Zauer down low. Back to the basket, finding Baker from the other block, good for 2. Timeout called on the floor. 4 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. A full media timeout. 61-48 your score. USCA on top of USCB. We will take a quick break and bring you back in 60 seconds for the remainder of the game. Welcome back after the full media timeout. 4 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. USC Aiken on top of USC Beaufort 61-48. It'll be Sand Shark basketball coming out of the timeout as Bowman will take the inbound pass. Take a few steps to retain the basketball. Now bring it across half court, passing to Hayward. Rose with it in the corner, passing back to Hayward. Looking around, Hayward now dribbling to her right. Pass deflected, still in the hands of the Sand Shark as Bertoli with it down low, turns on Zauer. Her shot no good, rebounded down low by Zauer. Zauer spins out of the double team, finding Webster. Webster with it at the top, passing out to Bardonaro. Bardonaro thought about a three, now getting down low to Zauer. Zauer turns and faces the basket, looking around, finding Bardonaro at the top. Her three-pointer on the way, good.
Three-point basket, Sammy Bernard.
Bowman gives to Hayward. Hayward looking around, finds Bowman in the corner again. Has a step on Simmons, and a foul will be called on the drive.
Foul on the Pacers, number 22, Riley Simmons.
Number 22, Simmons, is going to be called for the foul. The timeout is called on the floor. A full timeout called by the Sand Sharks. 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. 64-48 your score. A couple substitutions coming in also for the Pacers, but we'll get you those names and numbers when we come back from the full timeout in 60 seconds. Welcome back after the full timeout. 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Pacers on top of the Sand Sharks, 64-48. Checking into the lineup for the Sand Sharks is number 23, J.D. Young, and checking in for the Pacers is number 0, Destiny Harmon. It'll be Sand Shark basketball coming out of the timeout. Shot clock at 20. Hayward inbounds to Bartol. Bartol passing to Young. Young with it up top, passing back to Bartol. Bartol has a step, shot on the way, no good, and rebounded down low by Harmon. Harmon looking around, passing off to Webster. Webster finds Simmons. Simmons trying to get it down low to Zauer. Zauer turns, faces the basket, takes the dribble. Her shot no good. Rebound briefly deflected on the backside, but pulled down by Hayward for the Sand Sharks. Finding Bartol cutting to the basket. Takes a step back, finding Rose at the top. Passing back to Bartol. Now back to Bowman. Bowman has a wide open lane from the baseline. Her shot no good, but pulled down low by Rose for the Sand Sharks. Her shot no good, but a foul will be called, sending Rose to the line for two.
Fouls on number 23 of the Pacers,
Sammy Bardonaro will pick up the foul. That's her third. Number 5, Baker, checking in for number 4, Zauer for the Pacers.
Visiting the charity stripe for Caritas is Shania Rose.
Then number 44, Shania Rose, to the free throw line for two. Rose's first is good. Rose's second on the way is good. 2-for-2 trip at the free throw line makes it 64-50. Bardonaro inbounds to Simmons, giving back to Bardonaro. Full court defense from the Sand Sharks. Bardonaro dribbling around, passing it across half court. Bartol right on her defensively, passing back to Webster now. Pacers looking to take as much time off the clock as possible. As Webster takes a three and makes a three.
Three-point basket, Paris Webster.
Bowman now with it, hands off to Hayward. Hayward passing to Bertol. Bertol drives on Bardonaro, fakes the shot, passing out to Young, who finds Hayward in the corner. Hayward thought about a three, now driving in on Baker, passing back to Bertol at the top. Bertol calls for a screen to the left, fakes right, takes a step back, three-pointer on the way, good from Bertol. More full court defense now from the Sand Sharks. Bardonaro takes the inbound pass. Passes back to Webster. Webster looking around. Passes up to Harmon. Harmon right on the line. Turns and faces Baker. Finding Simmons down low under the basket. Good for two.
Basket by number 22, Riley Simmons.
Now Bowman with it, under 2 minutes to play. 1 minute, 55 seconds. Hayward with it at the top, finding Bertol. Bertol looking around. Finds Bowman cutting to the basket as she's tripped up by Bardonaro. See who the foul will be called on.
Foul is on number 23, the Pacers, Sammy Bardonaro.
Bardonaro will be called for the foul. That's her fourth.
Going to the charity stripe is Tanaya Bowman.
Tanaya Bowman now at the free throw line for the Sand Sharks. Bowman's first free throw is good. Bowman's second, good.
And coming on the court
Subbing in for the Sand Sharks now is number 12, Kimar Griffin. The timeout will be called on the floor. 30-second timeout, 1 minute 48 seconds remaining. 69-55, USC Aiken on top. We'll take a quick break and bring you back at the end of the 30-second timeout. After the 30-second timeout, Pacers inbound the ball. Bardonaro gives to Webster. Webster picked up by Rose across half court, and a double team, now triple team, Webster dribbles out of, finding Bardonaro. Bardonaro thought about a three, passing back out now to Webster. Webster played by Rose and Hayward, passing back to Bardonaro, looking around, dribbles to her left, finds Baker on the baseline, passing to Webster. Harmon with it, her three-pointer on the way, no good, and rebounded by Hayward in the paint for the Sand Sharks. Hayward brings it across, now finding Bertol. Bertol drives on Webster, gets to the paint, jump shot on the way, good for two. Bardonaro now inbounding to Webster. As Webster pushed across half court. As Bardonaro dribbling around, passing back out to Webster. Now under 1 minute to play. Webster passing to Bardonaro, looking around, finding Simmons. Simmons turns, faces the basket, finds Baker down low. Her shot no good, but a foul will be called, sending her to the line for two. Bertol's first foul, sending Serena Baker, number 5, to the line for the Pacers. 49 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Baker's first free throw, no good. Baker's second is good. Bertol with it now. Bardonaro playing her. Bertol drives in. Her shot no good and rebounded by Simmons for the Pacers. As Coach Miller calls a timeout for the Pacers. 30-second timeout with 39 seconds remaining. 70-57, Pacers on top. Welcome back. After the timeout, Pacers are able to advance it across half court. Bardonaro now the inbounder. Looking around, finding Simmons at the top. 37 seconds remaining, 28 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Ball almost intercepted by Bartol, but now in the hands of Webster. Webster dribbling back almost to half court. No anticipation of taking a shot before at least 15 seconds off the shot clock. Webster dribbles back around now. Gets a screen from Baker, drives to the free throw line, looking around, now finding Bardonaro at the top. Shot clock at 8 for the Pacers, 15 seconds left on the game clock. Bardonaro passes to Webster. Webster has a step on Bartol, takes it to the basket herself. Shot no good. Rebound deflected. Briefly fought for, pulled by Harmon for the Pacers. And that's how the game's going to end as the clock winds down to 0. And the Pacers will take the game by a final score of 70-57 over the USC Beaufort Sand Sharks. With today's matchup, the Pacers improved to 6-18 on the year, 3-11 in Peach Belt Conference play, and 3-8 here at the Convocation Center. And the USC Beaufort Sand Sharks fall to 5-17, 3-11 in Peach Belt Conference play, and 2-9 away from Hardeeville, South Carolina. So we will take a quick 30-minute break after the end of this game for the start of the USC Aiken men and the USC Beaufort men's contest. That'll be about a 30-minute break, as I just said. So thank you so much for tuning into this game. I'm Reeves Altman, and we will take just a 30-minute break and bring you back for the start of the men's game.